So based on that, we had some inside knowledge before. So based on that, we have developed the first year action plan. It's a pretty sensical first year action plan. It's probably achievable. We will go into details about that a bit later. However, we want to obviously to leave it very democratic. We want to leave it open for your suggestions. That's the second point, additions or deletions of the plan items. So if you, the attendees, the conference, you are returned. So if you believe that some things should be added or deleted from our plan, then this is the opportunity to say that. After that, we are going to present the proposed steering committee, who is going to be responsible to carry out the action plan. And then again, in that sense, also, we are going to open up the floor and ask you if you have any suggestion to remove or add anybody to the steering committee. We are just laughing with Mate because, you know, who knows what's good, being added or removed to the steering committee. And then at the end, we are going to have the vote. When you basically, just by holding your hand up, you could basically express your intent that you agree or you don't agree with our proposal. So here is our first year action plan, and we highlighted one very short and very important fragment of a sentence that to foster communication and cooperation among member organizations. We believe that's the most important task that we have to carry out. For this, we need two things. One, tools to develop a searchable, interest-based web community for the alumni. Interest-based web community means that in this community, you can actually identify what are your interests, professional interests, hobbies, in what sense you want to allow others to approach you for an interview, for job proposal, for asking about your college, asking about your current work, asking about your field of study. That is going to be obviously very structured and very systemized, so it's going to be very easy to fill out this sort of the sign-up form. The second one is that this community site will feature an event calendar so that all organizations can upload their events that are open to the other organizations, and there will be a have and need forum. That's a very kind of fashionable, these days, a lot of social platforms and social groups use that have and need forum where you basically, you load up, you say, this is what I have, but at the same time, this is what I need. It's sort of, obviously, it's an intellectual property exchange. You have an hour to help someone, or someone else has something that they can help you with. So that's a very, 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 very free-flowing a range of ideas that can be featured in such a have-need forum. And again, all this with the aim to facilitate cooperation regarding these projects that you just saw. Those are sort of the starters. Obviously, new projects can come up next week or a month from now. We presented to you six of these projects as sort of food for thought for the beginning. The third point is a very ambitious one, developing a book in which we could represent the entire plethora of the US alumni and their organizations. To me, it's probably one of the best materialization of what we are, US alumni. Those people who are active, who are proud to be a US alumni or alumnus, and who would like to share this with the world, share this with other alumni, share those experiences. Each of us have a different story. The second part, it's a kind of an obvious one, but I still wanted to have it out there. Commitment to action, which means that those who participate, they agree to use the site actually to do it, propagate public organizations, public programs, and cooperate with each other. So what hasn't been done many times hasn't happened up till now. There were many good examples, obviously, but there could be many more. So basically, those organizations who are members of the steering committee would basically agree to being active in the future for these kind of idea and intellectual initiative exchanges. So this is our first year plan. Obviously, you see deadline May 31st, 2011. So we were not very kind to ourselves. It's a rather short period of time. We are actually planning to have the next return conference in a much bigger place around that time. So that's intentionally a relatively short period of time, so you don't forget what we talked about here today. So next is, I'm just opening up to all of you guys. Is there any request to add or delete any of the mentioned topics? Okay, so less than half interested. It's great. So basically, we were spot on in honing on what you guys are interested in. Next, we are basically the organizing committee of return. We call ourselves organizing committee because we were not appointed or elected yet, so we just decided to organize this. So the organizing committee proposes the following groups and their respective delegates to the steering committee of the partnership. Again, very, very important word, partnership. So we don't have a legal framework yet for this. It's a partnership. If it works, we will turn it into a legal framework. But if it fails, then we shouldn't waste much on legal issues. So the steering committee is basically almost the same as the organizing committee. Kala Sanctius Training Program, Fulbright Scholarship, Hungarian American Coalition, Hungarian Medical Association of America, Kellner Scholarship, and IvyPlus. So this is what we propose to have in the first round up until the end of May. In the first round of our life. And obviously, once the steering committee in whatever composition is elected, then the steering committee is going to establish its own rules of operations, which will be obviously posted on the website and will be emailed to you, so you will be informed what rules of operations we decided for ourselves. So any proposal to add or take away? Actually, you could probably just add or any kind of proposal to this. Yes, Mr. Parody.
I don't think I need the microphone. One of the things that we've had lots of trouble with is tracking alumni, and if this is a group that could help, and I don't mean in a big brother way, but organizations ask us statistics of what happened to, tell us where your people went. Tell us what they're doing now. I'm sure you've thought of this, and so from our perspective, that would be a great help to have some ongoing tracking. You probably know more about the media opportunity to do that, but that would be a great help to have that information.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. The tracking members is a very tricky issue. I definitely agree. That's why what happened today, that 140 people showed up, is a result of that. That actually we didn't have a single point of access to our to return. We had a Facebook site. We had posted it on various member organization sites. We posted it on IvyPlus. We posted it at the return website. So it was a very, very unstructured and very, very fragmented approach. And after the conference, what we plan to do is basically create one super list of everyone who was here, who wanted to be here, who signed up, who could be here, and who said that they are interested. And so we are going to basically follow up with them. I think we can build on my experience or our experience with IvyPlus, which started with 4 people, and we are 224. When we basically ask each and every new signups to give the news to someone else and to send on the emails and to bother them via SMS every now and then. Which is helpful because then we can actually keep the database fresh. We know if the phone number or the email address changes. Yes, I think it's an absolutely sensible and good proposal to include in the action plan. Sure. Anything else? This is the part that actually I have no idea about, how to actually carry it out, other than asking you guys, asking everyone present here, who are basically the attendees of the Return Planning Conference, that please say yes or no, voting yes or voting no, in favor or against our previous proposals regarding the action plan, and regard year one action plan, and regarding the composition of the steering committee. So anybody in favor, please raise your hand. Okay. Well, he has good eyes. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody against? It's a dream come true. Unanimous. This is not a vote. I mean, this is amazing. Okay, thank you very much for your.